Now from WKRG News 5.
A bizarre discovery on Dauphin Island. We'll tell you why investigators were combing the beaches on ATVs.
Family and friends of Lance Corporal Bruce Bubba Farrell Jr. say goodbye once again with a presentation of his Purple Heart to his family. We've got that story coming up.
A few light showers tonight, more rain in the forecast. That's next on News 5.
Live from WKRG News 5. Coverage you can count on at 10 p.m.
Good evening, I'm Kimberly Kerr. Thanks for joining us. First on 5. The family of a Bay Minette Marine killed in Afghanistan gets a final remembrance. Lance Corporal Bruce Farrell's parents got their son's Purple Heart at a special church service. As News 5's Chad Petrie reports, the impact of this Marine's death is still being felt today.
At times celebratory, and at times somber, the parents of Lance Corporal Bruce Bubba Farrell Jr. get his Purple Heart.
What it means to me is the ultimate sacrifice my son gave for his country and his family and friends.
The family didn't get the medal last month with Farrell's other personal belongings. They didn't have enough Marines at the time for a formal ceremony.
We could have given the Purple Heart with just a few Marines, but as the Marine Corps goes, we want to do things the right way. And
since Farrell's passing, the 1-mile stretch of road leading to the Fretwell Tabernacle from the interstate has been lined with ribbons and American flags.
Lance Corporal Bruce E. Farrell, United States Marine Corps.
The medal will find a place in the Farrell home and be put on display. Unlike her son's dog tags, those Pam Farrell wears every day.
It makes me feel closer to my son, knowing that this was with him at all times, his time in service and at his death.
Mrs. Farrell says she's always going to remember her son, but she'll still remember the men and women still fighting overseas.
They wouldn't really want to give up their life, but they do it to where we can have the freedom we have today.
Pam Farrell says her son's outstanding service and sacrifice makes him a true American hero. In Perdido, Chad Petrie, News 5.
Lance Corporal Farrell was killed August 10th. He was honored in a large funeral ceremony in Bay Minette a few weeks ago. 2 men are safe tonight after their boat overturned in Mobile Bay last night. The Coast Guard was called in after a family member reported the boaters missing. Around midnight, one of the boaters was found clinging to an overturned 16-foot catamaran near Galliard Island, about 12 miles south of Mobile. The other boater was able to swim to shore and was found 4 hours later. The Seattle sector of the Coast Guard had their hands full too this weekend. They rescued a hang glider who crashed on the shoreline of Cape Lookout. The pilot was found near a cave and then airlifted to an ambulance nearby. The extent of the pilot's injuries are still unknown. To Biloxi, Mississippi now, where police are investigating a possible homicide. They say it happened at the Beauvoir Manor Apartments on Stennis Drive. According to police, 74-year-old Charles Pickle was found dead in his apartment Saturday afternoon. Police say he died from blunt force trauma. So far, no arrests have been made. Authorities in Dauphin Island were keeping a close eye on the beaches today. They're waiting for test results to see if 2 small packages that washed up yesterday are cocaine. Authorities say someone discovered the packages about a mile from the public beach. Members of the Mobile County Sheriff's Office were called in to help search the beach on ATVs. The investigation continues. State troopers have now identified the 2 men involved in a late-night wreck on Dauphin Island Parkway. 69-year-old Billy Poole of Mobile and 30-year-old Chad Cook of Louisiana were taken to USA Medical Center after an SUV and pickup truck collided near the intersection of DIP and Cumberland Road. Authorities say the driver of the black SUV was trying to pass another vehicle and hit the truck head-on. Both men are listed in fair condition. Another car accident to tell you about tonight, this one in D'Iberville, Mississippi. A 53-year-old man was ejected and killed as he tried to drive himself to the hospital. D'Iberville police say the man struck his own house and a neighbor's house. They say he was experiencing a medical emergency. According to police, the man was ejected from the vehicle after hitting a parked car. More traffic delays are on the way for Mobile's Florida Street. Starting tomorrow, the city will divert traffic around the railroad tracks at Florida Street. Detours will take traffic around Dolphinwood Drive. The work is supposed to last 8 weeks. Mobile city officials say they'll put up billboards to alert drivers that businesses are still open. Speaking after a meeting Thursday, some business owners say they're cautiously optimistic the city will follow through with promises of better communication.
I've always found communications difficult. The city will make promises to you about what they're going to do, but when there's a problem, you have trouble communicating with the city.
Florida Street business owners filed a lawsuit in early 2008 against the city and contractors over lost income and construction delays. Construction closures have been happening along Florida Street since 2007 for a drainage project. Hundreds of people were walking for a good cause this weekend in Spanish Fort. More than 1,500 people headed to the Five Rivers Delta Resource Center for the 2009 Alabama Gulf Coast Start Heart Walk. Organizers say they were able to raise more than $100,000 for heart research. Volunteers walked more than 3 miles around the Mobile Bay Delta.
This is the winning rib right there, boy. Woo!
Folks in Gulf Shores were also helping out a good cause this weekend, but with music and good food. We're talking about the first annual Beach Blues and Barbecue at the Hangout Restaurant. Teams from across our area competed to see who could cook up the best BBQ on the Gulf Coast.
What surprised me the most, amount of locals that are coming down here to go ahead and support the charity, to support the barbecue, to sit down and have a great concert on the beach. The amount of people in the turnout here is absolutely phenomenal. I couldn't ask for a better day and a better group of people to be around.
All proceeds from today's event were donated to USA's Children's and Women's Hospital. Great cause there, and it looks like it's rain-free in the background.
Not too bad along the beach, at least sometimes today. It's been a very wet day.